Cooper, this one back and forth till the very end. They had a chance to win it there. What did it take from this group as a whole to make sure that shot did not go in?
Yeah, just coming together, trying to have each other's backs. You know, obviously Jamal and Joker had it going, so just trying to take those guys away, make somebody else beat us. You know, they got a good look, to be honest, but, you know, just trying to trust it and, you know, got the win.
Just last week, Cooper Flagg went off for 42 points against the Utah Jazz, and he's only 18. That insane performance made him the youngest player in NBA history to drop 40 in a single game, breaking a record LeBron James had held for 22 long years. The crowd went wild when the commentators shouted, "K's got it now, and here's Coop on the drive." It was pure chaos in the best way possible. But here's what really blew people's minds. This wasn't just a career night, it was the highest scoring game ever by an 18-year-old in NBA history. And instead of celebrating after the final buzzer, Cooper walked off the court frustrated because they lost. That kind of hunger, it's rare. It shows exactly what kind of beast he's about to become. What really flipped the switch came from a quiet coaching adjustment back in November that completely unleashed Cooper's full potential. Once you look at the before and after stats, you'll instantly get why the Mavericks are convinced they've discovered something truly special. Cooper came into his rookie season surrounded by sky-high expectations. People were calling him the next big thing before he even touched an NBA floor. And just like LeBron, he's been living under that bright national spotlight since his high school days, and he's already proving he can handle the heat. Every single game, every move, people are watching Cooper Flagg like a hawk. Every dribble, every shot gets dissected like it's a science project. So far, this teenager from Maine has lived up to every bit of the hype. But the road here, it's been anything but easy. Last season, during his 1 year at Duke, Flagg swept through the award season, even snagging the Naismith Men's College Player of the Year trophy. But before the breakout, before the glow-up everyone's talking about now, he had to fight through something he'd never experienced before: losing. It hit him hard and tested everything he thought he knew about winning. When he stepped into that Dallas locker room, he was surrounded by seasoned vets, 5 guys with over 10 years of NBA experience each. Sounds intimidating, right? At least that's how it looks on paper. But there was a catch. The Mavericks just couldn't stay healthy for more than a couple of games in a row. To make things even tougher, the number 1 pick of the 2025 NBA draft was immediately thrown into the fire. With Kyrie Irving out after knee surgery in March to repair a torn ACL, Dallas was left without a true starting point guard or a main shot creator. That's when head coach Jason Kidd made his move. He straight up handed the keys to Cooper Flagg. It was a bold decision, but not a new one for Kidd. He pulled a similar gamble back in 2016 with Giannis in Milwaukee, and look how that turned out. The plan was crystal clear: expand Cooper's vision and make him see the court like a real playmaker. The idea, to push a generational talent to think bigger, to control the game instead of just reacting to it. The hope was that by doing this, the Mavericks could unlock a whole new level of greatness inside him down the road. The concept wasn't new. Jason Kidd once tried the same thing with Giannis back in Milwaukee. But here's the catch: Giannis was 22, already deep into his 4th pro season when that experiment started. Flagg, though, he's just 18. Not only is he the youngest player in the entire NBA, but he's also one of the youngest rookies the league has ever seen. He came in with only a single year of college ball under his belt and had never run the point full-time, not at Duke, not in high school. And to make it even tougher, the environment he stepped into was rough. With Kyrie Irving sidelined and Dallas going heavy with jumbo lineups, Flagg was forced to operate in tight spaces, often surrounded by traffic. Outside of PJ Washington and Max Christie, there weren't many shooters that defenses truly had to respect. The spacing? Practically non-existent. With Anthony Davis, Klay Thompson, D'Angelo Russell, and Najee Marshall all shooting 35% or worse from deep, the Mavericks ended up near the bottom of the entire league in three-point accuracy, and Flagg had to find ways to make magic anyway.
Cooper, you started this game 7 for 7. Your first time here on NBC as well. Were you just putting on a show for us, or was there something specific?
No, I mean, Christmas time, there's magic in the air, it's the holidays, so, I'm just glad I can come out here and have a good performance.
Then came the chaos. Injuries started hitting left and right. Early absences from Daniel Gaff, Derek Lively, and even Anthony Davis thinned out the Mavericks roster like crazy. Just when Cooper Flagg was starting to figure out how to run an NBA offense, the floor around him started collapsing. Calling the situation uncomfortable might actually be too nice. Dallas was grinding through the mess while teams like Detroit were flexing a 21-5 record. Still, Flagg didn't back down for a second. Through his first 5 NBA games, the rookie averaged 13.4 points, 6.2 rebounds, and 2.8 assists in about 32 minutes per night. Not bad for an 18-year-old running with the big dogs. He was hitting 45.7% of his two-pointers, but struggling a bit from deep, shooting just 26.7% from three. Those numbers were solid, but they didn't exactly jump off the page, especially compared to the hot starts from other rookies like VJ Edgencombe, Dylan Harper, and Ko Neal, who were already catching highlight reels every night. And man, his welcome to the NBA? Brutal. Opening night against San Antonio was a full-on baptism by fire. The Spurs locked him down from the jump, smothering every move he made. The comparisons to Wembanyama started flying almost instantly, and you could feel the pressure building. A few nights later, things got even tougher. Against the defending champion Oklahoma City Thunder, Cooper Flagg fought through serious shoulder pain after an early collision. He still tried to push through, but ended up finishing with only 2 points and spent crunch time sitting on the bench. After the game, Coach Kidd didn't sugarcoat it. He simply said it wasn't his night. When Flagg shared the floor with D'Angelo Russell or Brandon Williams, the offense looked a little smoother. Not perfect, but at least functional. Still, that wasn't the real vision. The Mavericks weren't trying to build a safe, easy offense. They were testing him under pressure. The whole point of this experiment was to force Cooper to problem solve in real time, facing situations that most rookies never have to deal with. He's already gone head-to-head with some of the league's nastiest on-ball defenders, names like Luguentz Dort, Cason Wallace, Pascal Siakam, and even rookie phenom Stephon Castle. These guys made every possession a battle. Flagg's learning fast just how tough it is to create separation, set up an offense, and keep the rhythm flowing when the margin of error is razor thin. But here's where the story starts to flip. Even when his offense struggled, Flagg's defense never slipped for a second. All season long, he's been a rock on that end of the floor, locking in every night like a vet who's been in the league for years. But then, something clicked. After weeks of growing pains, missed shots, and hard lessons, Cooper Flagg finally started to look comfortable under those bright NBA lights. The turning point came in a rematch against the Pelicans, where he came out with a different kind of fire. He wasn't just reacting anymore, he was controlling the pace, directing traffic, calling out switches like a seasoned vet. You could feel it. The game was finally slowing down for him. In that matchup, Flagg dropped 27 points, grabbed 9 rebounds, and dished out 6 assists, all while guarding Brandon Ingram for most of the night. The energy was wild. Every bucket, every defensive stop, the crowd erupted like they knew they were witnessing something special. Even Jason Kidd couldn't hide his grin on the sidelines. You could tell the experiment was starting to pay off. From that point forward, Flagg's confidence skyrocketed. He began attacking defenders off the dribble, drawing fouls, and hitting mid-range jumpers that he'd been missing earlier in the season. And defensively, he was everywhere, blocking shots, jumping passing lanes, and clapping back at anyone who dared test him at the rim.
This group has had trouble in the fourth quarter before. I know that third quarter was a little bit rough, but what was different in these final 12 minutes?
Yeah, we're just learning. We're learning from all these experiences. We've been in a lot of really close games, so just trying to take stuff from those games and learn from it and get better.
The league started to take notice fast. Analysts who'd been doubting him weeks earlier were suddenly calling him the future face of the Mavericks. Even opposing players began to show respect, saying things like, "That kid plays like he's been here for years." Flagg wasn't just finding his rhythm, he was proving that the hype.
By mid-season, the whole narrative around Cooper Flagg had flipped. What started as growing pains had turned into straight-up domination. His name was popping up on every sports show, every podcast. Everyone wanted to talk about that 18-year-old who was suddenly torching NBA defenses like he'd been doing it for a decade. The same fans who doubted him early were now chanting his name from the nosebleeds. "Coop, Coop." every time he touched the ball. His chemistry with Anthony Davis finally started to click too. The pick and roll between them became a nightmare for opposing teams, Flagg reading defenses like a pro, lobbing up perfect passes for AD to slam home. And when defenders sagged off, boom, Flagg pulled up from mid-range with confidence and drilled it right in their faces. You could see the swagger growing by the game. Reporters began asking Jason Kidd if Flagg had already become the team's best player, and Kidd just smirked before saying, "He's learning faster than anyone I've ever coached." That one quote sent social media into a frenzy. Clips of Flagg's no-look passes, clutch steals, and cold-blooded stepbacks were flooding every feed. But as his stardom grew, so did the spotlight, and with it came pressure. Opponents were starting to target him, trying to expose weaknesses, test his composure, and see if the kid could really handle all the noise. What they didn't realize? That pressure was exactly what was turning Cooper Flagg into a monster. Then came the stretch that really put Cooper Flagg on the map. The Mavericks went on a 6-game road trip, a brutal one against playoff-caliber teams, and Flagg turned it into his personal highlight reel. In back-to-back games against the Kings and Nuggets, he dropped 31 and 34 points, looking completely unfazed by the veteran defenders trying to rough him up. Every time they bumped him, he came right back harder, chest out, eyes locked in, like he had something to prove. By now, the whispers had become full-on conversations. Was Cooper already the guy in Dallas? Kyrie was still rehabbing, AD was managing minutes, and suddenly this rookie was carrying the load like a seasoned superstar. Analysts couldn't stop debating it. One commentator even said on live TV, "He's not playing like a rookie, he's playing like the future of the franchise." The crazy part? Flagg didn't let any of it get to his head. No ego, no excuses, just straight focus. After one big win in Denver, reporters asked how he felt about the growing hype, and he simply said, "I'm just trying to win. Everything else can wait." That quiet confidence hit different. It showed everyone this wasn't a temporary hot streak. By the end of that road trip, he wasn't just earning respect, he was commanding it. The league had no choice but to start preparing for him like a true star, and you could feel it. Cooper Flagg wasn't just here to fit in anymore, he was here to take over. But just when it felt like Cooper Flagg was unstoppable, reality came swinging back. Late in January, during a heated matchup against the Clippers, he took a hard fall driving to the rim. The entire arena went silent as he grabbed his ankle. For a moment, it looked bad, really bad. Fans held their breath while trainers rushed over, and the Mavericks bench looked shaken. After a few tense minutes, he got up and walked it off, but you could tell he wasn't moving right for the rest of the game. Dallas tried to keep things quiet, calling it a minor sprain, but the internet exploded with speculation. Clips of the fall racked up millions of views overnight, and everyone was asking the same question. Was the rookie run about to hit a wall? Flagg missed the next 3 games, and the Mavericks looked completely lost without him. Their offense stalled, their energy dipped, and suddenly people realized just how much impact that 18-year-old had already made. When he finally returned, taped up and limping slightly, the crowd went wild. The cheers were deafening. And guess what? He didn't ease back in. He attacked. In his first game back, he dropped 24 points with pure grit, diving for loose balls and chasing rebounds like nothing happened. That performance said it all. Cooper Flagg wasn't built to back down. Every challenge, every hit, every bit of pressure was only making him tougher. The league was learning fast. You can't shake this kid, not even with pain in his way. By February, Cooper Flagg had gone from a promising rookie to full-blown headline maker. Every game felt like an event. Tickets were selling out and the cameras couldn't look away. The league had officially entered Cooper fever.
I know you got a golf cart already for Christmas, but what else is on your Christmas wish list this year?
I'm just thinking about basketball. I just want to get some more wins. That's what's on my wish list. I want to get a bunch more wins.
Cooper, thanks so much. Congrats on the win. Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
What made it even crazier was how mature he looked out there, running the offense, locking up veterans, and playing like he'd been built for the spotlight. It wasn't luck anymore. It was dominance in real time. The All-Star break hit and whispers started flying. Could he actually be the first rookie in years to earn a reserve spot? Some analysts laughed it off, but others were serious. His numbers were too good to ignore, and his impact went way beyond the stat sheet. Fans flooded social media with posts like, "Put Flagg in the All-Star game, he earned it." Even legends started speaking up. One retired star tweeted, "That kid's got the killer instinct, reminds me of my rookie year." Flagg didn't make the final roster, but the message was clear. The league had taken notice. Instead of sulking, he used that snub as fuel. Coming out of the break, he played like a man possessed, averaging 28 points over his next 6 games and hitting clutch shots that silenced every critic. The narrative had officially flipped. Cooper Flagg wasn't just a story anymore, he was a problem, and everyone from rival coaches to all-star veterans knew that the league had just met its next real superstar. March rolled in and Cooper Flagg was straight up on fire. Every night he was putting on a show. Highlight dunks, chase down blocks, cold-blooded stepbacks, it didn't matter who stood in front of him, he was cooking everybody. The Mavericks were finally finding their rhythm too, climbing back into playoff contention after a shaky start, and it was clear who was leading the charge. The 18-year-old rookie wasn't just holding his own, he was running the show. Reporters started calling him the heartbeat of Dallas, and honestly, they weren't wrong. His energy was contagious. Teammates were feeding off his intensity, the bench was louder, and the fans could feel the spark coming back. During one post-game interview, Jason Kidd even said, "He's changing the culture here. That's rare for a rookie." That one quote sent social media instantly, plastered across every sports outlet online. But with that spotlight came another wave of scrutiny. Analysts started breaking down every missed shot, every turnover, wondering if the pressure was catching up to him. The criticism didn't rattle him though, it fueled him. You could see it in his eyes, that fire that said, "Keep talking, I'll show you." By the end of the month, he'd led Dallas to their best stretch of the season, and people were already whispering something bold. Rookie of the Year wasn't even a question anymore. Some were saying he deserved MVP votes. Cooper Flagg was rewriting what it meant to be a rookie, and the whole league was watching in disbelief. As the regular season wrapped up, Cooper Flagg's story felt like something out of a movie. From a nervous rookie trying to find his footing to the fearless leader of a playoff squad, the growth was unreal. He finished the season averaging 23 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists per game, shattering rookie records that had stood for decades. Every night he gave fans a reason to believe that greatness was already here. The Mavericks stormed into the playoffs with momentum, and Flagg didn't blink once. Under the brightest lights, he showed the world that the hype was real, hitting clutch shots, locking up stars, and leading like someone way beyond his years. The kid from Maine had officially arrived, and the league was on notice. Jason Kidd summed it up best after their first playoff win, saying, "He's not just our future, he's our now." What made it even more powerful was how humble he stayed through it all. No trash talk, no ego, just pure love for the game and a hunger that never stopped. Cooper Flagg didn't just survive his rookie season, he owned it. And now, the story's just getting started. If you've been riding this wave with us, you already know this is history in the making. So drop a like, share this story with your crew, and hit the comments. Do you think Cooper Flagg just kicked off the next NBA era? Let's talk about it.